Today, we are doing another live stream. Marvelous. Marvelous. How are you? I am tired. I've been out all day, basically. I've just got back in. I'm not the world's most awake person, and now I am tired. Double tired. More tired than usual, even. Imagine that. Wow, nobody's watching. Amazing. Oh. Good Lord. So, how are thou? Is there anybody here? I'm not sure there is, but who knows? Excuse me as I... Hello, Adam. How are you? Hello, Egoist. Legoist. What's happening? Let's have some bubbles for you. Fucking bubbles. Get in. I need to take my medication, which is what I'm going to do right now. You see if I don't. Oh dear. I'll be with you in a second, don't worry. So what is everybody wearing today? Oh goodness. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Oh dear. I'm knackered like. I haven't put anything away that I did my videos on earlier today. Got myself a vintage niche, a vintage designer haul. I hope that is the type of thing you are into, because it's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Well, it's the video I'm going to put out tomorrow, I should say. Oh, I didn't realise Smurfy Girlie was still live. Sorry about that, Claire. How am I? I am extremely tired. That's how I am. Lord. I'm just shattered from what I was doing today. I'm just putting it down over here. So there we go. If I'd known Claire was streaming, I wouldn't have streamed. I thought she'd stopped, to be fair. Excuse me. Oh, I'm in a yawn. So, hi, Rich, just watched Ramsey's vid. What did you think of it? I haven't watched it yet. I've been out all day. Hello, Bri. I'm all right. How are you, Enrique Vasquez? Adam D, all good in the hood. Excellent. How are you getting on with those samples? Scent of the evening is Roja 51 Pour Homme Heritage Collection. Dear Barbara. Hello, beautiful people from Dhaka, Bangladesh. I was going to say Bangladesh. Dhaka, Bangladesh. Excuse me. Hello, Jeremy Hines. How are you? Do you have queer velours? Good leather. Queer velour. Excuse me. Yeah, the Naomi Goods, sir. So I've just got it in sample form, and I'll be testing that out sometime next week. I've got a vintage designer haul to upload tomorrow, which will be nice. Filmed it today. Really good stuff. It's from the house of Etro. That stuff's really, I really like it. Like, they're really good. I'm looking at buying more stuff from the house. I want to buy the patchouli. I'm desperate for the patchouli. I don't know if any of you saw the video I put out today, but that Maison Crivelli patchouli is fucking amazing. I don't know if it's... sorry, I don't know if it's 200 quid a bottle for 50 ml amazing, but it is amazing. I really like it. Scent of the day was Amber Cologne by Bortnikov. So I'm going to revisit my Bortnikovs. When I first tried them on, they were in, the fucking Oud Maximus was just incredibly powdery on us. So it put us off a little bit. Do you have... no. I'm interested in that Naomi Goodsir brand. They're good. They're good quality. That Bois d'Arcessi is beautiful. It's really nice. I really like it. I would recommend you sampled them. The tuberose is really good too. I wasn't expecting that because tuberose is foul. But there we are. It's sorry. I don't know how long I'm going to be on tonight, but I'm going to say that every time, don't I? It's sorry, I was just paying attention to something else there. Mitch, are your favorite houses so far? Ooh. Favorite houses: Serge Luton, Dior, favorite houses. Got to remember, I'm thinking about my collection. So, I mean, a lot of Dior's most recent stuff's been absolute shit, but their older stuff was fucking amazing. Like, Guerlain to a point, Tom Ford. Because when you say houses, you have to think of all that best stuff. Boss, the old Hugo Boss stuff's fantastic. What else? There's lots of different things. I mean, Les and Donadabla's come right in, come steamrolling in. Absolutely outrageous house. Yeah, I've got a few. It would be easier for us to tell you if I could like look at my bottles, but I'm lying down at the minute and I really can't be bothered to get up. Excuse me, whilst I yawn. Sorry. Thank you for the samples. I like Guerlain Vetiver more than Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. Balenciaga Pour Homme as a showstopper. It truly is absolutely wonderful. I love it. You can say it's shite if you think it's shite. I don't mind. Yeah. Hola everyone, Scent of the Day is a Scallon Indonese. Yes, I think that's going to be the next one I buy from the brand. If I don't buy a backup of a couple of things. Just got a 75ml bottle of Royal Mayfair, and good grief, I really like it. I was surprised. Yeah, those old creeds in the 75 and the 120ml bottle, brilliant. Just pick any of them up you can get. Somebody mentioned Tom Ford Grey Vetiver there. I managed to get a couple of backup bottles of that because I've heard it's been discontinued because of the Liliel thing, and it wasn't selling that well either. I also got myself a couple of bottles of Prada Amber Pour Homme to back up. Got them at a really good price. Got all of these really good prices. Got myself a backup bottle of Noir Extreme. Got a backup bottle of M7 Oud Absolu. I've got quite a few things in this week, actually, you know. Sergio Towns is autistic for sure. I don't like the new Dior's uninspiring. Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Man, so many good ones out there. Yeah, it's just hard to think on when I haven't got the brands in front of us. It's like the day Versace versus Womo. Outrageous. It came out of nowhere, Jeremy. Do you care to explain that one? I bought that once and took it back to the shop without opening it. I just changed my mind and got something else instead. Mall, yes. Frederick Mall's really good. YSL, the old YSL, phenomenal. Everything before about 2007, 2008, brilliant from YSL. Especially the men's stuff, you know. Jazz, Koros, M7. What else did they release? Loads of stuff they released that I like. Jazz Prestige. I prefer Jazz Prestige to Jazz, if I'm perfectly honest. Oh, good afternoon, Wesley Garlic. How are you, Square? It's Thursday. It is Thursday, Jack Dean. How are you? Lego Easter Adam D, you're right. It's a showstopper. It was my scent of the day, sprayed it on at 7:30 this morning. Got back to my hotel room at 5. It was reeking of Balenciaga. Got to love it for that. It is massive. It's just everything about it's amazing. I absolutely love it. Right up there. Yaz is a masterpiece. So's Jazz. Alan Hansen says, I have a question for you, Rich. What's the difference between a duck? I don't know. What is the difference between a duck? Do you like my what's it called? Oh, for crying out loud. Not thermostat. Picture, you know. Do you like me thumbnail? Thermostat. Thumbnail. That's what I meant. Rich, you still don't like the Leon? Nope, I don't. The duck sounds muffled. Do I sound a bit better now? Hoping so. Can you hear us? Jeremy says, it's actually quite interesting. Not sure if I can explain it. It's from 1991, so it's not a powerhouse and it's not aquatic. It's part Fuja with more oriental woody base. Nice. It is strange, I'll give you that. Bryce says, Chanel, Hermes, Mal are all that matters. Ooh, not sure about that. The answer, of course, is that one of its legs are both the same. You've lost me there, like Alan Hansen, you're too clever for us. What's the difference between a duck? Adam D says, no, Jack Dean says thumbnail. Yes, it is great, isn't it? Adam says, Prada Amber Pour Homme is nice and soapy. I went to my local perfume shop. They have Dior Homme Intense 2011 only in tester, and they are selling to each eye 20 and only Prada Amber Pour Homme tester. Let me read that again. Portorama Porama's nice and soapy. Excuse me. I went to my local perfume shop. They have Dior Homme Intense 2011 only in tester, and they are selling DHI 2020 only. Ah. A Portorama Homme tester. Oh. It's a bit naughty. Oh, the world is burning and Mitch won't put out a notification that he's going live. Finally, a change in topics. Hello, Mitch. Hello, Shiva. Come in, sit down, put your feet up, chill out. Fuck the world. It's all right in here. No one's going to hurt you. Drink if you've got it. Smoke if you've got it. Oh, anything you like. The thumbnail is lovely rich. I'm glad you like it. It is pretty great, isn't it? Found it the other day and I was like, haha, that duck is wearing a flower bonnet. I know what this will be good for. And so it was. Christy, hello. Making pizza and listening. Love your pink duck hat. It is nice, isn't it? A little floral. Peter is here. Peter, you stay away. Peter's got the lurgy. He's not very well at all. Are you, Peter? Telling all and sundry in great detail. Just how rotten he is. Bless him. He's not got the unnamables, but he has got a genuine cough. Like I've heard him barking down the phone to us. No, they're not green. They're yellow. So he's getting over it. Green bogies mean you're losing. Yellow bogies mean you're winning. That's just a little piece of like a rule of thumb for you. Alan Hansen will be able to tell we're better than that. Alan Hansen speak of the devil, here he is. Scent of the day. Ilm by Chemi. I want to try Chemi for some reason, right? There's something about Chemi that I want to try them. It's grossing out Wes, but he's headed to work soon. Yes, that's right. He's trying to get him to leave early. I sprayed my mate with Hyrax today, and he was Rich. It was Richie G, in fact. He quite liked it. He wasn't grossed out by it, which was a start. Made it to class. How are you doing? I'm all right, Anthony. Antonio, I beg your pardon. Sorry about that. Antonio, I'm well. How are you? It's all clear. Well, we'll leave it at that, Peter, shall we? Office for men is all you need. F&L, the Chanels and Dior. Theme must. He's in one of the moods where he's winding people up with Office for Men. Howdy, perfume peeps. Happy Thursday to everyone. Howdy, Anuj. How are you? I was talking to Anuj earlier. Russian Adam had one of his imports inspected by customs and opened up a kilogram bag of civet paste. Good Lord, a kilogram of civet paste. How many cat's arses have they had to scrape to get a kilogram bag of civet paste? You know? I don't know about that, like. Did it get seized? He does live in Thailand, like, so possibly not. But I don't know if you can get a kilogram of civet paste, like, ethically. Every single gram of that is ethical. You sure about that? I don't know. I say I don't know. I mean, I've got strong suspicions that it's not. I bet the security guy regretted that. I'll tell you what it is. I'd rather have a spilled kilogram of civet paste than a spilled kilogram of the synthetic. The synthetic will make your eyes melt. It's absolutely rotten. I know this because Peter sent us it. Grim. Really grim. The synthetic is so much worse. Literally, it was like, do you know when you can't, when you blink uncontrollably? Like, I'm doing it now. Now I'm thinking about it. Stop it. It's like you just start, and then it's like, whoa, fuck, I can't stop. That's what it was like. It smells like an industrial accident. You know, it's bad synthetics. Like the synthetic paste is awful. Galen is sending me nudes. Oh my god. It turns out that Everton are safe, which is a shame because Everton are wankers. Mr. Johnson 007 says he only deals with one farm. He did a video about the conditions and treatment. I've no doubt that he did. I believe you when you say that. I'm not saying that he did. Well, me doubt would be that. I don't know, because I'm not an expert on it, and I don't want to set myself up as an expert on it. But I just find it's difficult, because if it could be done, it would be done by the biggest brands, wouldn't it? You would think, you would think the biggest brands in the world would be like, well, we can get a farm. We could set up a farm ourselves, vertically integrate our civet paste, because that synthetic is rotten. Like, it would be worth that synthetic is awful. It's truly one of the ugliest things I've ever smelled. It is vile. Bad times. Anuj Patel says, scent of the day, The Brune by JCC. Not that I really wore it, just smelled it. Yeah. Looking for a fragrance with a gasoline note, not Fahrenheit. Right, so there's one I smelled the other day, and it's got like the Violet Leaf Absolute, and it does smell like a bit like Fahrenheit, the Violet Leaf. It was the Cedarwood Heart by Ostens. See if you can get their sample set. It's very nice. They're all very nice. I'm just not sure they're worth the price, but that Violet Leaf Absolute takes me back to vintage Fahrenheit. It's beautiful. But you might, I don't know, there'll be other stuff out there with a gasoline note. Just got the new BDK Parfums. Wake up world. Weird and wonderful stuff. What's it like? Hello there. Hello, Michael John. How are you? If synthetic civet is so bad, why do they still use it? I imagine it's because they don't like it. It's rotten by itself, but when it's used with other stuff, it works. I was smelling like the raw stuff. Peter sent us a little bit, and it was just by itself, pure, uncut. And I just smelled it, and I was like, "Wow, am I going to die now?" It was like, yikes. So once it's mixed down and watered down and everything, I'm sure it's like better. But God Almighty help us, that was shocking. My eyes were bleeding. Scent of the DMFK Oud Satin Mood. Which version? The Eau de Parfum or the extract? It's nice. The Thé Brun is quite good. Smoky tea scent by Pierre Bourdon. Ooh. Thanks, Rich. We'll look it up. Sounds good. Didn't know they got a petroleum one. Oh, Ostens. It's not petroleum. It's just that note smells petroleum. And it's a very good fragrance. Histoire de Parfum Petroleum has a great gasoline note. That might be a better call for you. I was just saying about the Ostens is that it's got that Violet Leaf Absolute and it's brilliant. Hello, David Santiago. How are you? I hope you're well. What was I talking about? So today I went and met Richie G, and I gave him a bottle of De Duft, the one called Act. It was sent to me by a friend. And he said, look, if you ever run out of papers for them, like, send it on. And I was like, well, Richie J might want it. So sprayed it on tonight. It's on my arm. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I'm not going to wear it, but it's not bad. Also, when meeting Richie J tonight, he brought his bottle of the 2016 version of Jules, which I also gave him, and I sprayed it on my arm, and he was talking about, he was waxing lyrical about it. He loves it. And I was like, oh, sound. I was like, bring it along, so I can smell it again and see how it is. And I don't love it. It's nice enough, but I prefer the original one, and I'm glad Richie G's got it, because then he can wear it and enjoy it, and at least I know that it's gone to a loving home, you know what I mean? David says, I'm doing okay, how are you? Yeah, I'm alright, I'm just a bit tired. What's your scent of the day? Today I wore Kazimi by the House of Matriarch, who have got their Dents sale on at the minute. It's 55% off their fragrances if you want to buy anything. I need to get back in touch with Galen. Actually, that reminds us. So yes, that's my scent of the day. Shiva Vareen, scent of the day, Southern Sweat by Emmanuel Labour. It's good. It's a woody green musk laden fragrance. Outrageous. I've never heard of it. Never heard of the house. I'm wearing D&G light blue. Basic as fuck, but brings back many memories. Dare I ask what memories it brings back, David? Shiva hello, says Anuj. There's going to be another Enchante haul coming at some point in the next week or two. I'm just waiting for someone to... I'm curating packages from all over Canada to Anuj, bless him. And then he's going to put them in a box along with some fragrances from him and send them to me, which will be nice for all concerned, I feel. Price of shipping's outrageous. I want to keep buying. Like the price of shipping's going up like by the week. You know what I mean? It's going to get worse as well. It's going to be worse next year. It's going to be absolutely shocking. Governor of the Bank of England described food prices as going to like turn apocalyptic. And he used the word apocalyptic as well, and it's like, fucking hell, the governor of the National Bank shouldn't be using words like apocalyptic when it comes to food prices. Surely not. So I don't know if the man's prone to overstatement, but it's not looking very good. Good evening, Manly Sense. Manly Sense, legend that he is. He and I have struck a deal up. We're going to be doing something that will be revealed on the channel in the coming weeks. I just need to pay him. Hello, Anuj. Mitch, I was talking about myself clearing land, soaked with sweat. Ah. Nightmare. Can't believe I didn't realize that. My less than year-old collection has reached 50 bottles. Actually, 53. Nice. Shiva Vareen, have you ever thought of starting a channel? You can talk about whatever you like. But perfume channels are a great way to get away from everything, I feel. 50 bottles in a year, that's decent. It's not over the top. I mean, if you would ask any normal person in the world, they'd be like, yeah, that's insane what you're doing. But like amongst us, I'd say that's a decent goal, one a week. Because in the first year or two, it's probably year 2 you're gonna have to watch out, because you'll have a bit of knowledge and you'll like, this is what happened to me. Like at first I was a little bit scared to just like buy this, that, and the other, because I knew I didn't know anything. And then when I got And then when I got a bit of knowledge behind it, I thought I was clever. Do you know what I mean? I thought I was shrewd. So I'd start buying shit up, you know. And I ended up giving away most of those fragrances, to be honest with you. So I wasn't particularly as shrewd as I thought I was it? One moment as I hydrate, please. Oh, oh, delightful hydration. Wonderful. One moment, I must replenish the hydration. Yikes. Good God. Oh, yet more hydration. My lips are sealed. Says Manly Scents. Thank you. January Scent Project Scent of the Day. Gone. I've got the January Scent Project sample set. That will be coming in the coming weeks. You know, somebody was like, "Oh, save it for January," and I was like, "No, don't be daft. I can't wait that long." But it'll probably be sometime, probably in June, early June, because I'm trying to lay off with the sampling, the samples, and the first impressions because I've done so many recently. But I am looking forward to them. Shiv, I would start a survival or shooting channel. I have enough land now to do that. That'll be interesting. Have you ever seen that little South Asian girl who makes the survival like huts in the jungle? They're fucking incredible. They're absolutely incredible. They're better than most new builds in Britain. They're amazing. She puts like jacuzzis in and swimming pools. She does it all by herself as well. It's madness. I forget what the channel's called. She was amazing. Just raw talent. You know what I mean? Spectacular, really. And ladies and gents, Ram Duck. Hello, Ram. I like his new I like Ramsey's new avatar, like profile picture. That's what it is. When does the karaoke portion of this live stream begin? Nobody wants to hear that, trust us. Not from me. Amongst us loons, 50 bottles in your first year is normal. I've bought more than 50 bottles at once, mate. Don't worry about that. Ask a noosh. I think I might have done it more than once, to be fair. Not sure, actually. I think I've definitely done it once because I got like 60 odd once. It was about 67. Ladies and gentlemen, Rams and Ducks, says Jeremy. Can't wait to hear what you think about the January Sun project. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, actually. I started off too expensive with Amouage and Bortnikov. I got my bearings observed. The fragrance landscape thanks to Galen, Ben, Fragrance Journey, and He Smells Like Rome. He Smells Like Rome's good. Ben, do you mean Ben from Talking Sense? Oh yes, I used to follow her. Yeah, she was absolutely, it was amazing. I keep trying to pop the bubble, says Jeremy. Instead, I pause the stream. It's because you're a Burke. Hi, Ram, says Adam D. I have so many samples to do early impressions on. A wealth of samples I have. I feel your pain. Accumulated from the kindness of the community. Yes, that's right. Many people have sent me stuff as well. I need to just fucking start getting through it. Excuse me. So I I am currently quite tired. So not right now tired. Well, I am quite tired now, but I've been tired all the week, so I haven't been doing as many videos as I could have done. It's just it is what it is. Sometimes you get tired, you know what I mean? But I have much content to make. I've actually made tomorrow's video. I made it today. It is sampling some vintage designers from a brand called Etro. Fuck me, they're good. They're a fucking good little brand, you know. I got the original versions of their fragrances as well. They came in like paisley bottles. The boxes have got like material on them. And then they're all splashes and they're all eau de cologne. But a couple of them, like one of them is massive. One of them's huge. That gomma. It means rubber in Italian, I think. It's amazing. It smells like Knisa 10. Excuse me. What's the other ones? Sandalo, Ambra, and Vetiver. Yes, very nice. Yeah, I say that in the video, actually, Ramsey. It is probably the most underrated, underappreciated, and underexposed brand in the fragrance community compared to how good they are. It's absolutely stunning. Like, Condos in the Forest, says Shiva. 67 bottles in a single solitary haul. It's true. It's true. If you go back to I actually did a video on it. The largest vintage haul ever. Yes, Ben from Talking Sense. Yeah, he's great, Ben. Was it only 65? It was around that sort of mark. I would argue Etro's Etro Gomma is better than Knisa 10 in my humble opinion, says Ramsey. I'll tell you, they smell similar. It'll be interesting to do a side-by-side on them. This is a 30-year-old fragrance, though, so it's hard to compare. Excuse me. But it would be interesting to compare. Thanks, because I feel you have gone straight loco buying fragrances. No, it was only 65. Afternoon all, says Micah. Welcome, Micah. Afternoon. Or evening, in my case. Manly Sense, lol. What is the most expensive fragrance note? Fuck knows. The most expensive fragrance note, possibly rose, but it depends what type of rose. Because by the kilo, it's more expensive than gold. There's possibly an oud out there. You can guarantee it'll be a natural material. It's difficult to say. There isn't like a list anywhere. There's because you can get different things from different places, you know. Speedwolf says, you and Ramsey convinced me to buy a full bottle of Monsieur. Still can't decide if I love it or hate it, lol. I went through that. I've been going through that with Monsieur for a couple of years, to be honest with you. Couldn't decide whether I liked it or not. Couldn't decide whether I liked it or not. And then it disappeared from the shelves. So, excuse me. I decided I had to have it. because the choice was taken away. Mysore sandalwood? No, that's not the most expensive. Might be harder to get. Probably some rare ambergris or ouds. Yeah, oud, some kind of oud will be up there. Oh, fuck knows is my favourite British term. Orris? I don't think so. Orris might be one of the most expensive, commonly available ones. But I don't think it's the most expensive. Maybe it is by like the kilo or something like that. I don't know. I would have thought it was like some kind of like, you know, that Kinam oud that they were going on about a couple of years ago. Has to be Agarwood oud, says Adam. Depends, you can get some really cheap ouds. Taking the piss is my favourite British term. We've got many fucking terms over here. What I usually find is, I find like quite like, I don't say it's not funny, I'm not laughing at people, but it's like how the Americans think that like all the mad little British things that British people do are like really like interesting. It's just like we're going about our daily lives. It's like we're just going about our daily lives, and the Americans are just watching, we're going, that's amazing. Do you know what I mean? Creed's Spice and Wood is the strongest fragrance I've smelled so far. You could smell it through the cap of the sample. Incredible. Maybe it was the batch. Oh, the strongest fragrance I've smelled so far. I know what it is. I just can't remember it. But there was I got Audrey Jane a bottle of Nuit de Bakelite, and when I pulled that out of the box, I could smell it before I even like unwrapped the fucking cellophane from it. It fucking stank. Nice. Rich, can you tell Mysore sandalwood from normal sandalwood? Maybe. I possibly could if I was warned about it in advance, you know. Yeah, if yes, can you check out the John Veidt sample I sent you and let me know? Or do you want us to let you know? Manly sense. Creed Spice and Wood, the strongest, says Ramsey. Excuse me whilst I hydrate, is my favorite British phrase. It's certainly one that you probably hear the most. You weren't supposed to blow the bloody doors off is my favourite. You weren't supposed to blow the bloody doors off. You could smell it through the drawer, says all the way to Z2. Cheerio. Hello, Fosco. Oh, goodbye, Fosco. Cheerio means bye. Audrey Janice sent me a message and I don't know what it says. Let's have a look. I don't know. I think that might be. I think I know what that is. I need to get in touch with her. Sod off is great, says Anoush. Yes, I like using sod off. Sodomize off. That's what it means. I have Spice and Wood, and I would have never thought it the strongest. Promise destroy spice. Well, yeah, probably Promise is probably the fucking strongest fragrance I've got. Like, devastating fragrance. Lol, Jeremy. As far as pure strength goes, yes. Bob's your uncle, or Robert's your mother's brother. Vintage Quorum is probably the strongest I've smelled. I've got Vintage Quorum. I wouldn't know if it was the strongest. Seriously, I think it's fucking Promise. Like, it's devastatingly strong. Painfully strong. Adam D says, I watched a documentary about oud. A party of individuals were interested to buy a tray of oud for $23 million. Fuck that. I've got Black Afghano and a few other Nasamato frags, and the sample was stronger than all of them. So I don't think Nasamato's very good, like, if you want the truth. And of course you want the truth. Bollocks, says Jeremy. My second favourite British phrase is, I need a super chat immediately or I will end the live stream. Makes you wonder why people fucking send them in, really, doesn't it? Hello, Rich. What's your scent of the day, says Pat Lester. Hello, Pat Lester. My worried about it in the 90s, like, and it got banned soon after that. What we got? Creeds are just not known for their strength. More for easy wear, anytime frags. Even Rake and Ruin is stronger than any Creed I've ever smelled, but that's just me, says Ramsey. Rake and Ruin's fucking huge. Like, I sprayed fucking, like, too much of that. I nearly killed myself, like. Head nearly turned to fucking mush. Just imploded. True that, Rams. Hello, Bren. How are you? My mouth is dry. If Dura Rose was here, he would tell me to hydrate, so I shall. One moment, please. Ooh. Oh. Sensational wet, that made. Absolutely loved it. Yes. So, I don't know how long I'm going to be on for tonight. I might just stay on for another 15 minutes. Keep this a short one. I can see that on average Joe is live, and he's a good lad. And Smurfy Girlie was streaming when I started, and I didn't mean to do that. So, ooh, I know what we're going to talk about. I see Sebastian's done a BDK video today with David Benedek, whoever that is. Is he from the brand? Because I'll tell you something. Those BDK are shit. They're really quite bad, if you want the truth. They smell cheap. They use materials everybody else is using in the same way that everybody else is using them. It's too much. BDK is shite. Hey, Rich, nice to see you. Nice. Enjoying your vacation, Bren? You on vacation, Bren? Where'd you go? Bees and honey equals money. Bricks and mortar, daughter, dog and bone. Phone, Cockney slang. Sorry, I've completely fucked that. Initio is shite as well. Yes, BDK is shite. Initio is shite. I would agree with both these statements. Also, if you have watched my video today and you are wondering why I have not responded to you yet when I am usually so fucking shit hot on responses, it is because I've been out all day. Hey, Rams, yes, sir. Nothing to do and all day to do it. All day to not do it. Rich, have you warmed up to that vintage Cosmere polo yet? Not really. Not really. I'm gonna have to try and wear it in the autumn and the winter and just see if I can get it to like speak to us, because it doesn't speak to us yet. I've even got a version before the Cosmere one that was made by Warner, I believe. And that's not as good either, if I'm being perfectly honest. Know your onions. I do know my onions. Is that not a French saying? Should be. This ice cube is too heavy. Good for the ice cube. Oops. Hey Rich, any personal rules you? Hey Rich, any personal rules you do when buying things on eBay, like fragrances, to make sure they're not fake? The best thing to do, honestly, right? It's check the feedback. Also know the fragrances you're buying as well. Don't blind buy shit off eBay because it could be fake. You might not know it. That said, what was I going to say there? Some of the best purchases I've ever made have been on eBay. It's as simple as that. It's incredible. Some of the stuff. I got Feminité Dubois, the original, on eBay for under 100 quid. I've got many a Serge Luton from eBay. Some Koros. You can make really good friends with people on eBay as well. You can make good friends with people on eBay as well. There's like some I've been like returned to like custom sellers after like a year or two, and I bought something off this woman, and it was like a dad's. It was it a Koros? I think it was. I think it was a Parfums called Koros, right? I bought it off her for 100 quid sealed last year. And she explained to us that her dad was like in a home, and he was in no position to use it. He was never going to open it. It'd been sitting there for years, and she just thought, get it to a good home, get some money in, sort of thing. I ended up buying another fragrance off her. A year later, didn't realize it was her. She actually said to me, "Oh, you've bought off me before." I was like, all right. And then she explained the situation. I spoke to her. I got back, I got in touch with her. Apparently, her father had died. And she was selling off some of his other stuff. And I bought a perfume unrelated to her dad this time. It was something else, though. And she sent us like a fucking postcard and everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, just because I'd asked how her dad was and stuff the first time I bought off her. Really canny. Anyway. Promise is 100% the loudest perfume I've tried. Fucked how much that will choke out a room. It's unbelievable. If you spray it too much, you'll melt. Like your scalp will just come away from your head. The BDK I smelled in store seemed fine, but hell no at those prices. Yeah, that's part of the thing. The reason I think they're shite is because the prices the charge. 170 quid for 100 ml of stuff that smells like everything else in the shop. Do you know what I mean? Shite. Dross. Mediocre. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate once again. Once again with the major hydration. Oh dear me. eBay will back you if you get a fake. That's right. What perfume would you make you go wow or ooh la la? I don't know what that means. eBay is crap in Australia. Yeah. I've seen a good deal on fragrance. I've seen a good deal on a fragrance, but it was a screenshot pic and sounded too good to be true. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Try to repeat buy from the same sellers. Totally agree. For me, Unutamam is 10 times stronger than Promise. Is that Unutamam? Is that a January scent project? Hi, Rich and chat. Hi, Flower Girl B. How are you? I didn't know eBay did that. They do. 10 times stronger than promise. Are you taking the piss scaling? Dino, check how many feedback stars the seller has and their rating, etc. Yeah. Read the feedback too. Sometimes people will put like, not negative comments, but they'll tell like more than just like a positive thing in the chat, you know, like in the fragrance thing, in the feedback. So they might say, really nice, but took them a week to send it. Or they might say the cellophane had been tampered with when they said it was brand new and had been opened. You know what I mean? So little things like that. It's brutal, says Galen. I'm not taking the piss. Hey, Rich. Hey, Chad. Hello, interference. Well, it's nice to be nice, isn't it? It is nice to be nice. You're right. Promise is a workplace scent compared to Unu Shamam. Galen's giving it big licks here. Have you tried Oud Aqualaria? Nope. By Oman Luxury? Nope. Created by Ropion. Heard it is similar to Promise, but half the price. The problem is that it might be similar to Promise, but it doesn't smell exactly the same as Promise. And if you want something to smell just like Promise, buy Promise. Only if you're huffing your arm rams, knowing the what? Excuse me. Only if you're huffing your arm ram, knowing the Promise wipes the floor with it in all aspects. Nishana did Unuta Mam. I don't know that I want to smell that. It is noted that Galen doesn't follow back on Instagram. He's a scandalous man on Instagram. Some of the shit he's been pulling on Instagram's outrageous. I had words with Galen about the things that he's been doing on Instagram recently, haven't I, Galen? Anth W. Hello, Anth W. How are you? Hi, Rich. Hello, Anth. Have you smelled Rogue Mousse Illumini? I have smelled it. It's all right. I don't rave about it. I don't rate it as highly as some other people do. Some other people talk about that fragrance as if it's like, let's start that sentence again. I do not react the same way that other people do to that fragrance. Now, whether that is because I have a wider vintage palette to choose from than other people is possible, or whether I just think that maybe self-taught perfumers usually 99 times out of 100 can't really blend. I wasn't overly impressed with it. It's decent, but I wasn't huge on it, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. It doesn't smell bad or anything. It doesn't even smell poorly made. I just feel that with all these brands that don't stick to IFRA regulations, right? I just feel like if real perfumers, if like classically trained perfumers, if like some of the iconic perfumers, Ropion, Sheldrake, Polge the Younger, Polge the Elder, Antoine Lee, if they could get their hands and use these ingredients, right, the resulting perfumes would be fucking incredible. Alas, that's not what happens. And alas, you don't get those kind of perfumes, I don't think. I think a lot of indie perfumes, I know I've said this loads of times, but I'll say it again. I think a lot of indie perfumers retreat behind their ingredients rather than improve the quality of their blending. Let's put it like that. Mike V, how are you? Evening to you, Squire. Scent of the night, first wearing of Aqua de Palma Mirror, absolutely beautiful, like. Picked up based on Richard's recommendation. Oh, shit. Wow, beautiful, thank God. Wow, beautiful, gentlemanly scent. That was a roller coaster, Mike. I was up and down there. It is absolutely stunning. Like, it's probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite from the brand. Absolutely stunning. Shout out to Caboose as well. Caboose scored me a bottle of that quite cheap off the Facebook groups, like, which was a backup, which I was very, very pleased to get. Amazing fragrance, seriously good fragrance for me. Warm, citrusy, fresh, warm, beautiful. It's true. I also block anyone who tries to tag me in an Instagram giveaway. Good man. Rogue. Bro, I use the same name on Instagram. I'm very close to selling. I'm very close to selling a new to mum. Says interference. How many of you smelled the new Gallivant Gdansk? Any thoughts? I have not. I wouldn't mind trying the Gallivants as well. They get a bit of talk on YouTube. Interference. Send me an email. No shit. Interference. You've got a buyer. I need to check Gerland's work, yeah? I'll get back to you tonight, liking those bottles. Did the Frederick Marles sales associate mention a French lover will be getting pulled as well? No, they didn't. But it's still available, so I imagine it's not. Hi, Rachel. Waves. Rachel Waves. Right, there you go, Happy. Denying my Instagram follow request would be a major power move. Oh, yes. Do that. That would be very funny. What's going on here? The Sotheby's auction's on. That's why I want to get away early, isn't it? I'm not going to be staying on too long tonight. Right. Alright, hold on a sec. Sorry about that. How do I put the camera back the right way around? There it is. I got some bubbles for you too. Deepest apologies, friends. I don't know what happened there. So, let's go back from whence we came, shall we? Excuse me whilst I hydrate. What's happening here? Uh-oh, French lover, I was about to sell mine. Don't do that. Not quite there yet, Ramsey. I'm doing a Eugene Shuffle on it, trying to like it from an artistic standpoint, but I will keep you in mind. A Eugene Shuffle. That's an outrageous statement. I love it. Oh, French lover, I was about to sell mine. Keep it. Keep it for a year or two. It'll be a fortune. Got 180 mil of mirror for 135 Canadian. Good Lord. Worth twice as much, in my opinion. Yeah, definitely. You can just spray that. The thing is it's got strength as well, you know? So it's like, that'll last you for ages. It's at Fragrance X, around 30 mil X, straight trial, one-off fragrance from Matos. It's actually worth a punt at about 120 bucks. Jalima is here. Yeah, buddy. I see your channel's changed its name once again. Oh. The channel's called Scented Moments, but you've appeared as Zhao Lima here. Ah. I did too, my amazing release. No, not French Lover, please. It's my favorite. It's all right. It's not huge for me. Like, Rich, have you tried any more of the Naomi Good Sassans? No, I'm going to do them on a video. Probably next week again. Maybe it's on Saturday. I don't know. What do you like about watching the Sotheby's auction, Rich? It's comforting to know that rich people are stupid enough to pay silly money for a painting. Just buy a print and have the same experience. I know that makes us sound like a right fucking what are they called? Oh, it begins with a P. It's not Palestine. Philistine. Jesus. Went through all sorts of words begin with P there. And it wasn't Philistine. I know that makes it sound like a Philistine, but I also enjoy the history. I really like art history. Art history is interesting. I like all kinds of history, to be fair, but art history is interesting. And usually the Sotheby's auction has like an hour-long sort of presentation beforehand where they talk about the different works from the different collections that they're selling. So that's interesting. And I just like watching. I'm a fan of auctions. I think they're interesting. You can pick up some fucking bargains. I picked up a fucking china cabinet, right? Picked up a china cabinet this week on Tuesday for fucking £20. The thing's huge and it's awesome. It's going to cost us more to get it delivered than I paid for it. But it's you can get some amazing stuff at auctions. Absolutely amazing. Hey Rich, which fragrance brands haven't you tried yet but you would like to try? Ooh. Oh God. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's any brands. I mean, Etro's been like this big thing. Excuse me. Been this big thing for me the last couple of weeks. I beg your pardon. I might have to pass on that one, do you know? The Zoologist was a big one for the longest time, you know? For the longest time I wanted to try Zoologist. I really did. I ended up getting 3 of their fragrances, which arrived this week. Hyrax, Camel, and Bee. I may go back for Chipmunk. I don't know. It's a lovely, woody, nutty sort of fragrance, but I'm looking at patchouli. I'm looking at Etro's patchouli next. If I'm being honest, that's the next fragrance I think I'm going to pick up. I've got a seller in Italy who has all the vintage Etros, and I'm looking at those. Also, I'm expecting a backup bottle of Eau Noir from a friend of ours. I am also getting a haul from Enchanté in a couple of weeks' time. I have secured a deal with another friend of ours for a bottle of an outrageous vintage perfume called Ramon Vial. It is good to have friends. Friends are good. Hey, Ramsey, I bought that bottle and some other stuff, thanks. What bottle did you buy, Rachel? And welcome, Rachel. Rich is cheating on us with Sotheby's. It's pretty great, Sotheby's, I can't lie to you. There was a Cézanne went for $58.5 million on the last one I watched. And I was like, what? It wasn't even one of the famous ones. But it was a Cézanne. And it's amazing watching the auctioneer at his craft. And then it's like you realize the stakes are so high. But then it makes you realize there are people out there who've got $58 million to spend on a painting. Who the fuck is that? You know what I mean? And I don't want this to get like too holistic or too like hippie-ish. You realize there are other people out there struggling to heat their homes, and they've got to choose between eating and heating. And it's like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It's just weird. It's an observation. Put it like that. It's an observation. Agreed. Hi, everyone. Hi. Hi, Joe Lima. Joe Lima? I need to change my email, says Joe. I need to create a Scented Moments email. My email is my name on this, fortunately. Helps us remember what it is, to be fair. Prefer Royal Oud over French Lover. Personally, yeah, I would agree with that. Congrats, Rachel. Welcome, Joe. Hi, Lily. I prefer Royal Oud over French Lover as well, says the Ram. I agree with that, yeah. Have you tried Hermes Eau Givre? No, I haven't. Apparently they had to reformulate Eau Très Fresh and they couldn't get it back to what it was, so they decided to bring out a new one. Is Sotheby's on the telly or streamed online in the UK? If you just type in Sotheby's onto YouTube, it'll come up. There are many Sotheby's channels though, I must admit. So just check which one's live at the minute. But if you just put it into YouTube, you'll find it. Rich, congrats on that amazing niche hole in the Yummy Good service. Such an amazing house. I agree. Everything I've smelled from them so far, they've made us like a tuberose fragrance. It's insane. How did that happen? I hate tuberose, but I like that fragrance. I like Nui Tobaccolite. It smells really good. Is Sotheby's on the tower? Sorry, I've read that. I like how they film it and the auctioneer. Yeah, I like that as well. I just think it's interesting. It's a really good idea to just open that shit up to the world so everybody can, even if you're just like I was in the chat of one of the auctions, and when was this? This was a while ago. I was in the chat at one of the auctions and I was like, oh, I was at auction the other day and I got myself a gong, right? And Sotheby's, the account, right, came back and they were like, that's amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like Sotheby's were like, oh, you got yourself a gong. Fantastic purchase. Well done. I was like, thanks very much. So like that kind of engagement sort of like brings in, do you know what I mean? Like Sotheby's, I was like chatting to Sotheby's and they were like, ah, I've just remembered that. I've still got me gong. Love me gong. I'm gonna build up like a little, like I'm gonna like in my old bedroom, because I'm like in a different bedroom now, but in my old bedroom I'm gonna build up like a like just a little office of oddities. I'm gonna try and get like a vintage desk, film videos at my desk. I'm getting some different odds and ends to go in there to fill everything out. So I don't have a plan, but I've got a direction. I'll take that as a compliment. You have good taste, says Dina. Iris Malikhan is also one of my favorite all-time Iris scents. Well, Iris Malikhan, I panned it. I said that Iris Malikhan pissed me off because after the first hour or two, all I could smell was dry, woody, smoky amber wood. You know, dry smoked woods, smoky amber wood, all that sort of thing. I may be changing my mind again on that. I need to wear it a few times. I definitely still get that in there, but I've become a lot more aware of the cypress. And cypress can give off that type of smell. Like a woody, dry sort of thing sometimes. So I need to revisit that. I'm going to keep going with it. I went and met Richie J tonight. I was ready. I was literally last night, right? I was ready to give that fragrance away already. I was ready to say, Richie J, take this. Don't ever darken my door with it ever again. But I smelled it again. I'm going to give it some more. I'm going to give it more chances. Anth W, Hyrax, Camel and B. Probably be my choices too. Spot on. Nah. Have you tried the rest of them though, Anth? They are good fragrances. Like it's a getting the sample set from Zoologist is really is like one of the best things I've done. Even though I only bought like 3 of them. I mean, only bought 3 of them. Do you know what I mean? Even though I bought 3 of them out of like 20, I think that's pretty good going. For a house, I would settle for that as like a 10% hit rate, because most houses I just say that stuff shit. There's a couple of fragrances in there that I found quite disappointing because they weren't as daring. There was one, was it Squid or Seahorse, which is just a blue fragrance. That's all it is, just a fucking blue fragrance. And I was like, what? And then I was like, well, no, because now he's got his blue fragrance, I suppose. If you're a brand, you want one that's sort of like that, I suppose. But yeah, I was shocked when I smelled that. I thought, fuck me, that's shite. But there we are. The 3 of them series I would buy, and I would buy those again as well. If I used those bottles, I'd replace them. Hyrax is outrageous. Can't wait to wear Hyrax. Anyhow, French Lover is nice. The perfume ain't bad either. Oh, very good, Alan. Totally got us off guard. That totally caught us off guard. To be fair, you do buy sample sets, Rich. That's probably why it's hard to think of some of mine. MVCI. Yeah. God, I've saved myself some money buying sample sets, I can tell you. Dear Lord. Some folks got some serious money, says Ram. Yeah. It's crazy as well. Because, like, it's sort of like fucking Psychopaths, isn't it? You expect to be able to spot a psychopath 100 yards away because really they should have horns and a tail. Do you know what I mean? Like, they should be different, but they're not. And it's the same. I don't mean this in a negative way about rich people, but it's similar with rich people. You would like to think in your head you'd be able to spot somebody who was like a multi-millionaire. But really, they don't walk around in like golden suits of armor, you know? Really wealthy people don't have gold teeth, don't have like you know, like the rappers and stuff where they got their teeth like gold plated. Fucking no chance, you know. Really wealthy people just look like normal people, you know. Madness. Do not agree with those royal oud statements, says Bry. I love that so many people don't click with French Lover, keeps prices down. Well, yes, I often feel like that about certain fragrances as well. Alan Bazinga. Hall. Vintage Girl on Heritage. Nice. Vintage Antares. Where are you getting that from? And Vintage Cristal by Chanel EDT. I bet that's off our friend Nuge. I figured you went with Carol, says Pat Lester. For me, it reminds me of Encens Mythique. That's an interesting thing. Great choices, Rachel. It is. It's a good little haul, that. It's a quality little haul. You can't. Sometimes you'll piece together like a 3, 4, 5 bottle haul. It doesn't have to be a massive haul. 2 bottles. Two bottles is a haul, isn't it? You can't have a 1 bottle haul. That's just a purchase. But 2 bottles, that's a haul, surely. So you can get like 2, 3, 4, 5 bottle haul, and every one of them will just be like fucking mint. Thanks, and thanks so much for the expert advice. Anytime, if you're talking to me or if you're talking to someone else, share their game as well. It's one of the best things about this community is loads of people will tell you what they think, and like they're happy to offer it. Nobody's trying to, nobody's trying to like get you to make bad decisions. Nobody's trying to get you to like, nobody's being like secretive or anything like that, you know. Because I found that in the auctions as well. Some people will try and like bid you up to spend your money, so that they can get a free run at other things. It's not like that in this community. It's much more. Everybody's a lot more like everyone's on each other's side. In the main, there are some dicks out there who think that it's just acceptable to go around trying to like pick on people. Like they'll single people out and try and bully people, but those people are just fucked in the head. And you're always going to get them in certain places, you know. Tea is for drinking, not for spilling. Ducks. Wunderkammer. I don't know what that means, but thanks. You need to use the gong on your videos somehow. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 gong strikes for vintage on taste. Outrageous. It's been suggested many times. Rich, have you tried Creed Aricia? No, but I have tried Vinicia but not Irisia, no. Royal Oud and French Lover couldn't be more different, even though they share a cause. Royal Oud, a powdery oriental. French Lover is a wet vegetable sheep. I'm not sure. I get that big. I get that big galbanum, you know. I agree about the disappointing dry down on Iris Malikhan. A pass for me. Yes, after a couple hours, you know, it really is like woody ambers, and I was like, ooh, but I'm gonna keep with it. I really like the opening. The opening's really good quality though. That iris note, lovely. If it smelled like that the whole way through, I drew comparisons to Sultan Vetiver, and Sultan Vetiver smells incredible at the top, even into the mid. But you get from the mid to the dry down, and all that vetiver dies away, and you're just left with woody amber. ISO super. And it's like, what the fuck happened? You end up feeling robbed. Do you know what I mean? Mr. Pleasant finally tried. Welcome, Mr. Pleasant. How are you? I had a nice little conversation with Mr. Pleasant in the chat. Not in the chat, in the comments section the other day. Finally tried Les Indemodables. Ambra Supreme. I think it might be the best of the house. Vanilla Van seems to be the biggest seller for them, and I think Vanilla Van is massively overhyped. I like Vanilla Van, but I think it's good, but I prefer. I think Ambra Supreme. I fucking Rose de Jamal. Honestly, I've worn it twice, and it's like, wow. That is a seriously, seriously good fragrance. I feel like an imposter when I wear it. You know, you can't wear that in tracksuit bottoms, like joggers and stuff like that. It feels bad, like even in your smartest, like dark denim. You know what I mean? It's really beautiful. That. Have you tried Rose de Jamal, Mr. Pleasant? Speedwolf, French Lover is more in common with Fahrenheit than Royal Oud. Ooh. I'll have to look out for that the next time I smell it. Mike V says, my favourite Maison Crivelli is Papyrus Moleculaire, but I haven't smelled the Patchouli Magnetic yet. What on earth? That fragrance hit me like... It's just out. What can I compare it to? What can I compare it to? Not the actual fragrance, just the experience. It spoke to us. Probably the best way of putting it. You know, when you smell a fragrance and you're just like, whoa, I love it. Straight away. And that continues. Happened with Balenciaga Pour On, but I don't want to compare it to Balenciaga Pour On because it's not as good as Balenciaga Pour On. It's not. I don't rate it as highly as Balenciaga Pour On either. Real Patchouli by Bois 1920. The first time I smelled that, the original one. I remember the first time I smelled that, and I was like, "What?" I made like a Jeremy noise. You know what I mean? I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "That's amazing." I love that kind of dark brown, green patchouli sort of thing. Beautiful. I need to get through these comments, like. Mr. Pleasant, I did a first impression on my channel of Vanilla Van and basically said the same thing, says Ramsey. Hi, everyone. Missed y'all. Hi, Margie Louise. How are you? Are you going to make any videos for us again soon, Margie Louise? We would like to see you. Seahorse is just blue. Squid, excuse me. Yeah. Seahorse is just blue, yeah. Squid has interesting ink, etc. I'll tell you what's really nice and a really good price as well. Acro, the ink, smoky vetiver, medicinal, really good fragrance. I think I'm going to buy that actually. It's £140 in the shop. Really good fragrance, that. Comme de Garçon Laurel is a dead ringer for French lover. Someone asked me if I thought Camel was as good as... No, Bois d'Arcessy was as good as Avignon today. And I'm yet to answer that question because I don't want to say what I think. I really like Bois d'Arcessy. It's really good. Hi, Ram, Rachel, Gail, and Rich. Hello, Margie. Hi, Margie. Margie. Hi, Mike V. You can spot some psychopaths. Yes, you can. If you observe them, but not just being able just to like straight up look at people, you know, unless you see it in their eyes. It's winter here and I wanted a tobacco fix, so I picked up Botnigoff Tobacco Dory and Swift Vanilla Van. How is Tobacco Dory? Like the MGM gong. That's right. Hello, Mark. Yes, Gail and Comme des Garçons Laurel is about 90% similar, I'd say. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning so much. I'm going to go in 5 minutes. Started late tonight. Might explain why I've got a few more listeners. Like the Americans have probably just finished work on the East Coast anyway. I had a sample of Rose Jamal, and loved it. We'll pick it up in the spring. One Oriental Velours as well. I've got that. I wore that a couple of weeks ago. That was really nice. Anyone notice the prices of Guerlain Vetiver skyrocketed? What's that about? It's because they've changed the bottle. And the change of bottle sometimes indicates a reformulation, and there will be fear. Are you talking about second-hand prices of Guerlain Vetiver? Makes me glad I've bought all the vintage ones I've got, like. Fragrance Journey is here. The goat. Hello, brother. Cutting the yard and listening. Hello, mate. How are you? I hope to make some videos soon. We will see, lol. Work has been so dang busy. Damn, Margie. Working 9 to 5. Maybe you don't work 9 to 5. I don't know. Good song, though. The Etherealist. I have a new game I play here in Portland. Hipster or Psychopaths? How's that working out for you? So far, I'm 0 for 1. Yes. I imagine that's a dangerous game. Maybe he likes the danger. Galen looks like someone who would like the danger, doesn't he? He needs to update his profile picture as well, because his hair's about 4 times longer than that now. I have been bitten on the shoulder. And that wasn't very nice, was it? You don't seem to get bitten as much as you used to. Touch wood, like I'm saying that. Yeah, there don't seem to be as many insects around to bite you in a minute. Thank God. Oh. I don't know. It's nearly the weekend. The last weekend of the Premier League season. So I'm going to be getting withdrawal symptoms. Picked up Bogart Furio this week. The first hour is rough. Oh. I'm not a big fan of Furio. Gotta be honest. Galen's hair reminds me of Wolf Hall. Mark Rylance is such a good actor. It's insanely good. It's like I saw him play Richard II at the oh God Almighty, what's it called? Shakespeare's Globe in Britain. You can get it on DVD. It is the best version of Richard II because he plays it with a bit of comedy, and obviously like comedy and tragedy are like inextricably linked. There's a very fine line, and he just nails it. It's very hard to do the type of performance he did. And I would highly recommend it if you're into that sort of thing. You can get the DVD or something like that. In fact, I should get the DVD. I wouldn't mind watching that again. Brilliant, though. Absolutely fantastic. I like a bit of Shakespeare. The thing is, once you've seen all the Shakespeares, you've basically seen every drama that's ever been made. Because basically every drama that's ever been made is based on Shakespeare. Very few original stories out there. Original characters and original stories. I'll give you an example. Do you know the Joker from Batman? Right? The Joker from Batman is based on Iago from Othello. Now, that you might think that that's a bit of a reach. But Iago has no motivation. Like, his motivation's never explained. Same with the Joker. He's just doing it for good sport. He's doing it because it's funny. Iago's motivation is never fucking explained. Whether it's revenge, whether he's just doing it for bad. It's the same with the Joker. There are other examples. Countless examples. Brilliant, like. Anyhow. Galen's Hall reminds me of Wolf Hall. That's how I got onto that. The Psychopath Checklist by John Ronson is good. There's a lot of good things on, like, YouTube's really good for this sort of thing. If you want to check out, like, if you want to check out stuff like that, YouTube's brilliant. There's a bloke who did an interview with Richard Kuklinski. They called him the Iceman because he used to kill. He was like a hitman for the mob, and what he used to do is he used to put bodies in, like, and freeze them, and then he would dump them, because what the freezing would do is it would mess with the time of death when they were doing autopsies. So it would, like, completely fuck the investigation, you know? And he's a psychopath because there's a moment in it when he gets angry and you can see it, and the bloke who's interviewing him is like, fucking, did I make you angry there? And the bloke's, and like, Clancy's like, yeah, a little bit, yeah. You should see the fucking look on his face. Yeah, Ramsey, have you seen them? He's fucking huge as well. He was 6'6" and almost 6'6" wide. Where are we? I saw your videos on Male Fuccini today. Yeah, Fragrance Journey's done some great work. I wouldn't mind trying Male Fuccini, actually. Now you mentioned that. Someone was asking before what houses. I think it was Dino, wasn't it? Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying Male Fuccini. I don't know if they do a sample set. I should really ask Fragrance Journey, to be fair. I'll reach out to Fragrance Vault for samples by Saturday. Is that where they do them? Do you know, Badger, when Owen signed for Newcastle, was you excited at the time? I was over the fucking moon, like. I was fucking buzzing. Those 2 seasons him and Shearer played with each other, I thought we were, like, fucking brilliant. Like, turned out to be a complete fucking... He's a psychopathic little bastard, like. He's just not a violent psychopath. That's the thing about psychopaths. Like, 99% of psychopaths aren't violent. Depends on your upbringing. Yes, thanks for starting late so we Yanks can catch still live. Yeah, the thing is, I've been struggling to stay up later. Used to stay up late all the time. That was my thing. But I can't stay up late now. I'm an old man. Remember when me and Eugene were streaming, I was struggling to stay up then and now. The Iceman interviews are amazing. You've seen them as well, yeah. I was excited when Newcastle signed Hatton Ben Arthur. Owen's legs were gone. Owen's legs weren't gone when we first signed him. When we first signed him, it was sound. It was when he got that injury at the 2006 World Cup. Snapped his knee in half. Then he was gone. He was a fucking Atlantic Christ. He's a brilliant finisher, though. People forget he won the European Player of the Year award in 2001. He was 21, ahead of Shevchenko. You know? Crazy. He's a fucking brilliant player. Until he wasn't. The Iceman interviews are amazing, yes. I've seen the Iceman interview. Scary man. Yeah. Yeah. It's in the bit where he cries. He tries to shed a tear about his family, how he feels bad for hurting his family. You just know he's lying through his teeth because he's incapable of feeling that pain. Mayo loves tuberose. Do you know, as much as Galen takes the piss, I think he's being serious there, because I know Fragrance Jenny loves that skanky sort of skanky skank. You know, that sort of foul tuberose sort of thing. I think he likes tuberose as well, actually. So, have you tried Aaron Terence Hughes tobacco, Rich? Love it. I haven't tried it, no. I like watching Aaron Terence Hughes' reviews. I don't know why. Like he got loads of subscribers really quickly, and I don't think he bought them. In fact, I'm almost certain he didn't buy them, because the amount of views and the amount of comments he gets, it's always the comments you should watch, not the views, and not the views and not the amount of subscribers. It's the amount of interaction. It's the amount of comments and the type of comments as well. Aaron Terence Hughes gets a lot of like genuine comments from people. Not sure about his fragrances. I've smelled a couple of them. I've got to be honest. I wasn't blown away by them. Shiva Vareen says Interlude was my mind exploding fragrance. Mine was Amber Sultan. I smelled a sample and drove back to the sales rep and asked her why she didn't let me smell this. They only had samples, 3 Interludes, 2 Black Iris, and 53 now. Jesus. Dino Baggio says, must be the name Owen, because Owen Hargreaves was injured. Was great until he got injured. Owen Hargreaves was a fucking brilliant player. Owen Hargreaves was absolutely class. You could tell he was brought up in Germany. You know how loads of like young footballers go to Germany now? Like Jadon Sancho, Jude Bellingham. Loads of them go to like Borussia Dortmund, Erling Haaland. Loads of them go to Germany to become better. Owen Hargreaves was Canadian born to English parents, and they lived in Germany. Proper world child. And he every time he stepped up for a penalty, he knew he was going to score. And he was so confident on the ball. He was so good. Him, Carrick, and Scholes was one of the... honestly, what a midfield that was. Scary good. Anyway. Rich, do you like American football? Honestly, no. It's too stop-start. It's too like the game doesn't flow. You know, it's not. It's too much of what we call set piece. You know, like you start from a dead start, then you play for a little bit and stop. And I do mean a little bit. You're talking seconds, and I don't like that. I like a game that where the ball's in play. I'll prefer basketball. But I'm not huge on basketball either, to be perfectly honest with you. I like my game to flow, you know. My fave was Fiona Shaw's Media at Sadler's. I'm sorry, you've totally lost me there. Oh, you must be behind on the... I think Rachel's behind on the stream, like. Bless her. Sorry about that, Rachel. I have a sample of Aaron Terence Hughes tobacco, says Ramsey. Well, a lot of Shakespeare was lifted from Greek drama. Possibly, yeah. Yeah. No reason to doubt that. That's the signing that got me excited. Which one? Owen Hargreaves? I find 3 Aaron Terence Hughes to be full bottle worthy. Tobacco, Forbidden, and Oud. What do you think of him in general, though, Alan? And I mean, as like a perfumer, not as a bloke. As a perfumer, what do you think of him? Not just those 3 fragrances, but like from everything you've smelled by him. Alan and I will do a first impression soon. Scholes is my favourite player, but I have to say, watching Carrot live, you realise how good he is and very underrated, in my opinion. Yeah. Another Geordie that will let get away. Had to go to West Ham to get a game somewhere. Hopefully that changes now. We've produced some of the best English players ever. Paul Gascoigne, Alan Shearer, Jackie Milburn, Bobby Charlton. Bobby Charlton was a Geordie. Jack Charlton, he was a Geordie. You know? Bry, unboxed original 2007 Dior Cologne on the way. Yes, that's right. You have. You have. He was texting me on Sunday. Says Alan. I like how he said that. You can see the wheels turning in his mind. His blending skills are still very young but improving. Also, Aaron Terrence Hughes blends do lack subtlety, I admit that. It's alright, mate. You're not on trial. You don't have to admit anything. I would agree. He's a little bit heavy. Do I want to say heavy-handed? That might not be the right way. It's the right effect, though. It's the right effect. He's blocky, isn't he? He's sort of like, it's broad strokes. It's broad strokes. You know? It's not little movements, is it? It's big shunting. Yeah, heavy-handed. Yeah. Got Monsieur 100 million today and Epic Man, as well as Incense Kyoto. How are you finding them, Bri? Are you going to start a channel, Bri? I think you should. Do you get a lot of woody ambers in Aaron Terrence Hughes' work? I think he likes that modern sort of style, and I think that he likes to utilize that sort of style and like play to it, and that's the type of perfume he wants to make. You know? If I was a perfumer, I'd run 100 miles in the opposite direction. Not that I could run 100 miles or even a mile, or I couldn't run 100 of anything, to be honest with you. But I would take it in a completely different sort of direction. But that's taste, isn't it? You know what I mean? You got to remember as well, he needs to make money, and that's what sells. You know, those fucking woody ambers, they sell. There's no denying it. I would love to sit here and tell you that they were shite and nobody liked them and nobody bought them, but people love them. Like, look at Bleu de Chanel, look at Sauvage. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. Just very unfortunate from my point of view. Yeah, I agree. Some amazing players come from Newcastle. Crazy. It's football mad. Basically, every single, now that the women's game is being like promoted up here as well, they're all playing it. All the men are playing it. Fucking sometimes the men and the women play, like, well, I say the men and the women, the boys and girls. You see like football games on like the you see the football games on the grounds and stuff, and the lads and lasses are just playing together football. It's amazing. It's actually, it's nice. It's nice to watch. It's nice to see, you know. I suppose maybe I'm just getting old and you're just like seeing kids having fun and knowing that they've got fucking life to come at them at some stage in the future. David Ginola, he's French. Most of Aaron Terence Hughes fragrances are at least moderately bombastic. That's an interesting phrase, Alan. Moderately bombastic. I might change my name to moderately bombastic. If I was a boxer, that's what I would call myself. Rich, moderately bombastic Mitch. World Heavyweight Championship, rich, moderately bombastic Mitch. That is a fantastic turn of phrase. But at the same time, very honest in his own way. I know exactly the picture you're painting. I know exactly what you mean. I don't think he's dishonest at all. I think he's genuine. And I do like that. I must admit, I do like when people are genuine. I think he might be genuine to a fault, if you know what I mean. Les Ferdinand, he was from London. Player he was, by the way. Him and Trevor Sinclair. Trevor Sinclair was a fucking wonderful player. Scoring overhead, him and Darius Vassell scoring overhead kicks for England. Insane. Behave yourselves. Love Trevor Sinclair, though. People forget he used to get in that England team. You know, like quote unquote the golden generation. Absolute bollocks. Enrique Vasquez. Is there any similarities between Monsieur and M7 Oud Absolute? There certainly is. You've got the tangerine. There's rum. There is... It's funny you mentioned that. I've just got a bottle of M7 Oud Absolute. Something smells. I mean, I know that obviously something smells. I mean, it's my bedroom, innit? You know what I mean? It's like perfume ahoy in here. Great boxing name, that. Yes, rich, moderately bombastic Mitch. I am moderately bombastic myself, and it's in my own way. That is great. I hope I remember that. Hello, mate. That's Jacob. Welcome, Jacob. How are you? Hello. Do you know about Joe? Yeah, Cole. Joe Cole. Rio. London down. Be hard to say. London, you struggle because it's such an amazing catchment area. It's like Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace has got an absolutely amazing catchment area for like football. It's like Paris Saint-Germain. Paris, like it's like an absolute hotbed of football. The PSG fans are going crazy because they don't like all the superstars. They want the young kids to come through. They want their own players. You know, like Nkunku. Nkunku's gone to Nkunku's gone to RB Leipzig. He's one of the most sought after players in the world now. And he started off at PSG. He's performing better than any of their midfielders. Maybe he's with maybe with the exception of Verratti. I see you are having an affair with balls. That's right. I like to put something on the screen for people to watch because I'm not on. I'm just lying down. I ran a poll, and the poll was overwhelmingly in support of bubbles. I asked the people, I said, would you like bubbles or would you not like bubbles? And I got like 115 votes, and over 75% were like bubbles. So I dare not defy the will of the people, lest they come for me in the night. I've been enjoying Jacob's coverage of the Amber Heard trial. It's been fun. I haven't watched any of the Amber Heard trial. The Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial. I haven't watched any of it apart from on Jacob's channel. Paul Gascoigne, Geordie. Jermaine Genus from Nottingham. Chris Waddle, Geordie. Stephen Carr, Irish. Danny Rose, And Danny Rose is from London, isn't he? Is he? Or is he from Leeds? I think Danny Rose is from Leeds, isn't he? And Moussa Sissoko, French. They all played for Newcastle and Spurs. Yeah, amongst others as well. Aussie Art dealers. I think Rich should bring out his own rage, maybe borrowing the zoologist idea. Could be shite perfumes. With names like horse, pigeon, bat, cow was the prefix. Shite horse, shite pigeon, pigeon shite, horse shite, bat shite, cow shite, gob shite. Yeah, PSG had young Ronaldinho and JJ Okocha. That's true. Ronaldinho moved from Gremio though, didn't he? Didn't come through the system. Bullshite extract whilst I hydrate. Fosco, he's a poet. Steven Gerrard or Frank Lampard. Ooh. Oh, neither. I'd have picked two completely different midfielders just so I didn't have to choose. Christopher Nkunku was named the 2022 Bundesliga Player of the Year. Doesn't surprise us. He's been brilliant. He'd go to a Champions League club. Apparently, Darwin Núñez turned down Newcastle and Man United because he wants Champions League football next season, which is a shame because he's going to be like Edinson Cavani for me. He's brilliant. The Uruguayans never stop. Have you seen a lazy Uruguayan before? No chance. Diego Forlan, he was busy as out. That's why the Man United fans never really turned on. They knew he wasn't good enough at Man United, even though he turned into a brilliant player. But they loved him because he never stopped. Luis Suarez, as evil as the man is, never stopped. Edinson Cavani never stops. Caceres, the defender, or was it Diego Godin? It might have been both of them, to be fair. Not like Betancourt, never stops. Incredible place. First country in the world to fully legalize cannabis for recreational use. Oh, thanks, Rich Mitch. Thank you, Diego. Very kind of you. Thank you. After I fell off my chair and cut my legs. Yes, that's right. It was the Elon Musk thing, wasn't it? Unbelievable. What's going on with the Elon Musk thing in Amber Heard? Allegedly. I had to take a break from the trial coverage, but I'll be back soon. Marvelous. Does anyone... Flower Girl B says, has anyone have thoughts on bitter peach versus ivresse? Ivresse. Sorry if I'm butchering that. I don't have any. I'm not a fan of bitter peach. Not a massive fan of a big peach now. I'm being perfectly honest. Just opened original formula Feminite Dubois bottle this afternoon. Joyous, what a find. Incredible. Rachel's miles behind, bless her. But I am pleased that she's got herself that Feminite Dubois. I've got 2 bottles of that, and whoa, what a fragrance. That's a good idea for a video, isn't it? Like stars of the collection. Stars of the collection, you know, like some of the rarest and most vintagest and like collectible stuff. You know? It's not a bad idea at all. Sorry, I may have pinched that. Do you know Baggio? I loved it at the start of the season when Messi signed for PG. PSG, everyone was saying they would win the Champions League. I laughed and said, no chance the front three don't work hard enough without the ball. The club's a mess, like. The place is a mess. PSG, it's like Man United. Sorry, I know you're a Man United fan, but it's like it's disharmony. You know? You'd never get that under Ferguson. I don't know if Ten Hag's going to work, though. They need to stick with him. They need to trust the process. Video has sent... Galen has sent a video to my group chat. I bet he's talking shit about me, the little rascal. Let's have a look. Feminite Dubois gets a thumbs up from Lego East. So jealous, Rachel. Moderately bombastic. They call me moderately bombastic. Telefantastic. That's enough of that. Yeah, Tevez never stopped. Gutted when he left for City. Tevez was Argentinian though, mate. How are you? I love Yvres, but don't know a bit of peach. Wish I could offer thoughts and thank you. Couldn't believe I found it on eBay for less than $100. Oh, goodness me. That is a steal. The Shiseido version is so thick. Strangely, I heard personally, because I sent personally as a decant, like a 5mm decant, 2mm decant. I'm not sending him 5mm, absolutely no chance. Sent him a little 2mm decant, right? And he smelled it next to his Serge Lutton one. His vintage Serge Lutton one, so released it about 10 years ago, re-released it about 10 years ago. And he said, I don't think there's been much of a difference. And I was just like, what? No, there is. There's a huge difference. Different. It's not a different fragrance, but you know, it's there. Feminine Dubois will let yourself wear it or keep... Blah, blah, blah. Do you think Mbappe is overrated? No. Mbappe is rated pretty much where he should be. Bry has sent me a photo now. What's Bry saying? Oh, Bry. What are you sending me here, Bry? Sending me pictures. Oh my God. I've got so many messages. Fragrance Dubois, will you let yourself wear it or keep the precious for special occasions? I do wear it maybe only 2 or 3 times a year. Just when I'm feeling fancy. There's no better way of putting it. If I wore that too often, I don't think it would lose its sort of thing, but I would lose it because it would disappear, clearly. But 2 or 3 times a year scratches that itch. In the autumn and the winter. The bottle's incredible as well. It's an absolute pleasure to hold the bottle. It's like it's such a strange thing, but it's satisfying. The Shiseido bottle of Feminine Dubois is satisfying hold. Allegedly, yes. I learned from the best. Take up, that's right. Allegedly. My opinion. This is all for entertainment purposes only. That's right. Let's not get sued. Peach is not the easiest smell to enjoy in perfumes. No, I agree. It can be used badly. But Mitsuko delivers a very worthy, albeit bitter rancid peach. Ooh. Ooh. Some people like a bitter rancid peach. Somebody told me I had a bitter rancid peach tonight. I said, hey, it wasn't me. If Reese is all right, it's my mummy's son. Oh, that's interesting. You mean like your mother's son? My mum wears white linen by Estee Lauder, which is immense, and white musk by The Body Shop, which is less immense, but more iconic, maybe. My mum's not very iconic, bless her. She's quite humble, my mum. She likes that sort of... She wouldn't like that sort of thing. Like, I go down stinking a perfume into like the living room sometimes, and my mum's like, why? What? What are you doing? Stop that. And I'm like, Mum, man, I smell amazing. Leave us alone. Best French football player ever, Zinedine Zidane. Zidane, do you agree? Yes, very much so. Some peaches smell, and some peaches do smell. Hello, Jesus. Jesus. Lord. Dick, I am very worried about offending fellow travelers with the intense 80s vibe. You don't need to worry. Just make sure you've always got an escape route in case they get upset. Peaches do be smelling fleshy. Fleshy. With pips in. Peaches have pips, don't they? Or stones? Am I wrong? I don't know. Ah, no, mate, I agree with you 100%. I think Ten Hag will do well if he has control and time, but hard to win things when you have Klopp and Pep. He'll not win anything for the first 2 to 3 years. No chance. He's got no chance. Unless he flukes an FA Cup or a League Cup. Fosco says we don't like Zidane. He's got that's a statue built. Honestly, I swear this is true. Somewhere out there, maybe in France, there's a statue built, right? And it's of him headbutting Mario Materazzi. It's made out of metal, cast metal. Crazy. It's brilliant. If that ever came to auction, I'd be like, wow, liquidate the house. You know what I mean? Get me that statue. I'll live in there. There's a huge difference. The original is much richer, fuller, riper, even Avenida de Bois, that is. I agree, yeah, but totally, 100%. What incense fragrance do you have and rate highly? Bois de Assesi by Naomi Goodsir. That's almost certainly not how you pronounce it. Bois de Assesi. So Ascese. De Assesi. Something like that. Fantastic. Camel's actually not so bad. Incense Extreme might be Incense Extreme is extreme for me. It smells like petrol. It's got that watery kind of vibe as well. Do you know when you get like the vapor? Or you see on the horizon, you know, when the horizon gets like a shimmer to it, and it's like with the heat and all that sort of thing, and like things are evaporating. It's got that sort of mirage kind of vibe to it because it's petrolly. Incense Extreme by Mr. Tower. Andy Tower's Incense Extreme. I like the Rose Extreme though. That's really good. Oh my God, I'm getting so many messages and notifications, and Sotheby's is having an auction. I'm going to go in a moment. Sorry, friends. But I will read your comments first. Yes, I currently have original FDB on one wrist and the current version on the other. The difference is huge. That bottle was the first I ever bought in my 20s. Fragrance du Bois. Brilliant fragrance to start off with. Like, start as you mean to go on. Not really rich. I used to go goo goo gaga for my ex's scent. She used to wear Chanel No. 5. There is one of these Gimo Etros. There's one of these Etro fragrances that is very much smelling like a Chanel. Ambra. It really does smell like Chanel. Do you know if you want a massive incense fragrance, try Boisson by Armani Privé. It's the one in the green bottle. It's the one that the man himself wears. I can't remember what it's called now. God almighty. Flower Girl B. If the 80s smell offends people around us, then they are not our people. They certainly aren't our people. They should start off to a different decade. I'll stay in the 80s. Smell-wise, anyway. Michel Platini was a great player, but not keen on him. He's a horrible person. Statue for a sore loser. Couldn't believe he fucking out. I remember watching that and just saying it and thinking, has the referee seen that? You know what I mean? Why did he headbutt him in the chest? It's a strange place to headbutt somebody. Statue for a solo. Who's your favorite Italian player, Pirlo? Roberto Baggio and Totti for me. Could be Del Piero. Probably Pirlo, if I'm being perfectly honest. He's frighteningly good football player, him. Goodness me. I like the old defenders as well. Cannavaro was obviously brilliant, like. Really like the way he played. Maldini, I used to think Maldini was a really good player. Oh my god, man. I think those I mean, people forget, you know, Carlo Ancelotti was a brilliant player. He won the Champions League a couple of times as a player with AC Milan when he went that season unbeaten. When they had Hullet and Rijkaard and Marco van Basten. You ever heard the story about Fabio Capello? He had to bring Marco van Basten had to retire when he was 29 because of all the injuries. Might have even been sooner than that, you know. And because he played in Italy, and in Italy, the defenders were dirty, right? So they just run up behind you and just kick you in the shin. Or kick you in the Achilles heel. He had to retire because of an Achilles heel injury. And what happened is he got so many of these injuries that he couldn't recover from them. And there was one time when he got injured in a match, and it was like one of these last times, and like Fabio Capello brought him off, and the manager started crying because he knew that basically they'd like spoiled his career, like destroyed his career, and he knew like the trouble he was having with injuries, and he was going to have to retire. And there's like footage of it bringing like a tear to Capello's eye. But there we are. Favorite Italian player would probably be Pirlo. Naomi Goodser. Oh God, it's Jura Rose. Would love to see that statue for the shithousery. Yes. I miss Eric Lamela. Talented player. Huge difference. Yeah, there is a huge difference between the Feminita Dubois, in my opinion. I'll try them incense frags, thanks. No problem, Gino. I tried that on Marnie, but it was a while ago. Baresi for me, World Cup 94 totally shut down the whole Brazil team in the final. What a player he was. That was instinct, wasn't it? Thanks, Diego. Dino says, I can't lie, I love watching Zidane play. I was amazed by the way he plays. May look so easy. Yeah. Do you know what his secret weapon was? Do you know what made him such a great player? Such a great football player. Do you know what it was? It was his balance. Rarely did you see him off his feet. I mean, of course, there was that time for Juventus when he like tried to kick someone in the fucking head. It cost him the Ballon d'Or. He got sent off for that, kicked him right in the chest. He always had a bad temper, but I really like that about a player. I love a player with a bit of a dirty side. You know, like a bit of a nasty side. Excuse me whilst I kick you right in the balls or something silly like that. But it was so graceful. 6'4", you know. 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". Never lost his balance. Everything was so smooth. It was amazing watching him, to be fair. Adam D. Batistuta had leg problems. Yeah, he was playing in Serie A, that's why. All the defenders were filthy. They're just trying to hurt you. Serie A is a tough league. There's not another one. There's another understatement, Adam. It's not as bad as what it was, but there were... Whoa. It wasn't overtly like dirty or anything like that. It was just an accumulation of little nasty little things. Do you know what I mean? I remember Kaka tearing us a new one. He was the best in the world. Yeah, that game against Man United when AC Milan were wearing the black strip at Old Trafford. Was it the black strip? I might be thinking of Real Madrid when Ronaldo scored that hat-trick. The original Ronaldo. Fat Ronaldo, they call him, harshly. He was another one who went down to injuries and all, but that wasn't Serie A. That was the way he played. That did that to him. Hello, Arab Kid 47. How are you? Yeah, I like nasty players. I think Rooney wasn't the same when he calmed down. It just makes them do that little bit more, doesn't it? Have fun at your auction. I shall. Bye, friends. Goodbye, Rachel. Yeah, I'm going to go. I've got a dry throat. I've got about I've got about 1,000 notifications to deal with. I'll try and deal with everyone's comments from the video today. White kit, was it? Was it the white kit? I'm thinking of the Real Madrid team. Goodbye, everyone. Notifications, Mitch. They will make a grand difference. Yeah, I'm going to deal with my notifications. And I'm going to go. Thank you, everybody. It has been another good stream. I have enjoyed it, even if you had to sit and listen to some football patter, but I enjoyed that. Thanks very much. I will see you all again soon. Good night.